Welcome to Coaching in the Bigs. I've got my longtime friend Pat Cash here with me today. Cashy, if you could, tell me what your coaching philosophy is.
For me, it's just all about improvement. It's very hard to look forward and go, let's look at a 6-month plan or a year plan and see how we can improve that. And then how do you do that in the middle of a tournament? When you're in the middle of a season, how do you start working on technical stuff? I mean, it's very, very hard. And, I'm much of the belief that you just got to get in there and fix things. And I joke with Coco, I said, I've got to get this right, hold on. 2 steps back, a step forward. She goes, no, it's supposed to be the other way around. I go, yeah, I know, the other way around.
Keep the momentum going the right way.
Exactly.
And you mentioned the passion involved, and you were very passionate when you played. You're coaching a passionate player, Coco Vandeweghe, right now. The time schedule can be jammed together. When do you focus more on technique versus kind of the emotional stuff and the strategic stuff? You're trying to jam it all in during the tournaments. How do you manage the percentages of each, would you say?
Again, it's a juggling act. It really isn't it? Fitness, technique, mental, particularly, and tactics. But they all work together, because if you say, okay, I want you to work on this part of your technique, and then you implement it in the match, but that's in your head. How do you get in the match? You go, okay, I want you to hit that shot. But she goes, but I don't feel confident on that. So is that a mental thing, or is that still working on the physical, the technical thing? Our approach has been, I'm just throwing things at her until she says, I can't handle this anymore.
Right, and her game's pretty simple, right? I mean, she's strong serve, great serve, beautiful service motion, can hit the ball flat and early. Does she buy into the philosophy of how she needs to play, or do you continually have to remind her of that?
Yeah, no, it's reminding. It's reminding. She's big and powerful, and that in some ways that's the bonus for her, but it's also the detriment. She thinks she can blow anybody away on court at any time. And she has had matches and she does that. And I say, well, what we're trying to do is get the really good Coco and the not so good Coco and bring them together and say, yeah, sure, you can smack a winner and beat anybody, but what happens is they'll go in. Then it looks like you've melted down and you've lost 6-2, 6-2, and you should have won. Why don't we try and get an element where we can some safety in your game, that things go wrong, you've got a plan B.
If you could sum up kind of your style, what would the Pat Cash coaching style be?
Very intense. You go out there and you work on things properly and intense. No messing around. There's no point messing around. You don't have time to mess around. We take things very seriously, but we have fun. Coco, she's professional. Philippoussis was very professional. Rosetsky I worked with, he was incredibly professional, almost extreme. So I've been lucky to work with some really talented players who have been able to pick things up.
How do you teach trust? How do you teach a player just to trust in those big moments?
Confidence, isn't it? The combination, again, of mental and technical and belief. And I think once you've done it a couple of times, you can believe. It's funny. It's also funny when you get a young player who comes out, got nothing to lose against a top player, and they go, I'm just going to go for that. Oh, it went in. Here I am. So-and-so just defeated the world number 2. And all of a sudden they don't have another, they don't have another win.
Why expectation, right?
How does that work? Well, they're relaxed. They don't have anything. They have no expectation. So it's in the mind. And we've all played matches where we sit there and look, I should beat this guy. Wow, I've got a chance to get to the final or quarterfinal or whatever, and we tighten up and we don't play well. There's no such thing as a loss. There's either a win or a learn. That's the way I think of it. And I enjoy that.
Cashy, thanks, my friend. Always
Anytime,
a pleasure.
buddy. Anytime.
Thanks for the time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. You're welcome.